from white artists that put blackface on.
Mary, I'm coming. Oh, God, I hope I'm not late.
From Elvis Presley, you know, taking us not just black music, but even a song that had been previously recorded, You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog, and becoming a superstar with this, is indicative of what happens with cultural theft.
You ain't nothing but a hound.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog. They're really rocking in Boston and Pittsburgh, PA.
If anybody had a notion across the USA. It's very difficult for me to talk about Chuck Berry because I lifted every lick he ever played.
So there's people still giving people credit, but they're giving them credit and they're still over there or down there, and you created this together, you're up over here.
This is the gentleman that started it all, as far as I'm concerned.
I'm giving you shout-outs, but I ain't writing you checks.
You stole it. You know you stole it. Stop lying.
This borrowing concept versus stealing. This yin and yang approach of music and ownership has been around for decades, and it's going to continue. Today, a copyright infringement dispute involving Robin Thicke's Blurred Lines. He himself said he was inspired, just like Elvis Presley said he was inspired.
Marvin Gaye's children have settled a portion of their lawsuit regarding the hit song Blurred Lines and its similarities to Gaye's song Got to Give It Up.
They're literally taking line by line, beat by beat, our music.
Whether you call it appropriation or you call it stealing. The fact is, it still exists. And the question is it fair? The question is it even recognized?
If you're simply just somewhat borrowing, or you're somewhat inspired by another person and you are adopting or incorporating certain aspects of their move, it becomes a really slippery slope.
The whole world doesn't really know where they got You Go Boy from, or You Go Girl.
Will I see you at your party tonight?
You know you will. You looking all good. You go, boy.
That you go, girl! What the dealio? Who let the dogs out?
Little by little, we're blending and merging until one day we're all gonna be one united people. Operation Whitewash goes global.
We're looking at a watering down, and Malcolm X talked about this, and he used coffee, for example. You keep putting milk into the coffee, eventually it becomes weaker and weaker, and you put enough milk and enough sugar, you don't even remember after a while that it was coffee just to begin with.
It's problematic when we want to take on really good aspects and call it ours and say that we're going to be a part of it, but we don't know the history of where a lot of things came from. We weren't a part of the origination of black culture.
So I think that what sort of angers so many black people when you look at black culture being sort of mimicked by white people is that the onus or the ownership is never given back to the rightful owner.
People at the top are traditionally older white men. So in their eyes, even though it's our culture and it's making them money, they still want to see their own out front and center.
Executives are not looking at it like that. They didn't grow up with the culture. They don't have a personal, emotional investment in the culture. It's just a means to an end.
People like Justin Bieber and other white R&B rap artists are positioned as the face of rap and R&B. It's not about preserving culture or preserving a legacy or preserving tradition. That's not what it's about, and that's not what it's really ever been about. So what do? They find a way to make money.
It's a matter of who is telling your story. And when it's just record companies and marketing companies and people trying to sell clothing and cologne and beer and energy drinks that are telling our stories, then that's the story that gets told.
Urban culture has become so commercial that late night host Jimmy Fallon and Justin Timberlake decided to educate us on the history of hip hop.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and pepper, heavy me up in a limousine. Hanging pictures of a wall. Every Saturday, rap attack, Mr. Magic Volleyball.
Globally, the hip-hop industry is worth $10 billion. However, white Americans have 22 times more wealth than blacks, a gap that nearly doubled during the Great Recession.
I think we should not complain about cultural appropriation. I think we should work hard to find a way to make sure we participate, because it is 100% clear, it's 100% clear that our culture sells.
White people, we ain't trying to brawl. You know we ain't mad at all of y'all. We love Michael McDonald and Daryl Hall. Put your hands up if you're down with the cause.
If you're in it for another reason, it's see-through. You can see it, you know, and that's a problem.
I don't have a problem with other people digging who I am and who we are, and cause it's dope.
I think it's flattery. You know, flattery is the utmost respect.
There's always been a certain cool about urban culture, and this cool has been embraced, but also misinterpreted by many cultures.
Yeah, so tell me about your all's influenciers.
Yeah, I'm down with that. It's like I'm saying, Brent B., we've been influenced by all kinds of white performers who've been influenced by black entertainers. You know? It's like I'm saying, I gotta say my man, Elvis, the king, you know? It's like I'm saying Vanilla Ice, the original, you know?
You are watching the White People Co-opting Black Culture Network.
How to give a homie handshake. 1. Go in for a regular handshake, palm to palm. 2. Rotate your hand so you are clasping the thumb of your dog's hand. 3. Then slide your palms away from each other and grip the fingertips slightly before snapping them apart. Keep practicing until the move becomes smooth and fluid. Wow, you're looking cooler already.
Oh, the Biebs is very thug. I don't know if you know this. He's very thug. And if there's one thing that I will always be amused by, it is a rich white suburban kid who thinks he's black.
It is a spectacle with Justin Bieber, Lil Wayne.
Have to laugh at Whitey. Sometimes you have to laugh at Whitey.
The industry positions these artists to become the face or the new face of hip-hop and R&B. Now that's a problem.
Whoo! Wow, we're here on this stage right now.
The reason I feel like Macklemore won was because it was a different topic.
We don't think he should have won the Best Rap Album Award. Macklemore won because he's white. I mean, the Grammys are always going to support a white rapper making pop accessible hip-hop. They're like, what? It's a rapper?
And he's white?
This is great! Oh my God, we hit the jackpot.
I can't listen to a lot of stuff today because I know there's a goal behind it to tell me to be a pop star.
So I think that you have people who are always behind the scenes thinking about how we can make a black artist white enough to be accepted, or how we can make a white artist black enough to really make mega dollars.
I feel like we losing it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the people that are in control of what hip hop does is so fucking white and so fucking Jewish until they don't give a fuck about what the culture and the craft and what it really is.
Stop trying to rape my culture. Go make some money with some other people. Like, stop having your agenda be hip hop.
There's a concerted effort, intentional, to marginalize black artists because of the power of the voice of black artists.
They have people that their job is to create beef so that they can monetize it, pause. But they don't let their culture feel it. But they make money from it, and they can't make any money or get any respect in their culture. That's why they're in our culture. Because the minute that they were allowed to be there, they would go.
In the 90s, Tupac, Public Enemy, and other artists used their voices to uplift the community.
Stuff like that. It ain't just a bunch of niggas going crazy. We want to control our streets. So all we saying is if every motherfucker that was out here right now gave up $1 and they put it to this Thug Life Fund, the money don't go to me, it go to somebody from your neighborhood.